Men, and I use the term loosely. This is a customer bike, and I've been test driving it. When I got back, I noticed brake fluid on top of the lid for the master cylinder over here. I had put a new gasket on it yesterday. Right here, the new gasket, perfectly intact, nothing wrong with it. And the fluid I saw was running down between the grooves over here. What the hell's going on? So I took the cap off, took the gasket off, saw nothing wrong with it, and I started looking at it. Okay, the owner built or had this bike built several years ago, and it's been sitting around. It didn't have an engine. I got an engine rebuilt to put it in there for the guy, and I'm test driving. So I believe this was purchased as a chrome master cylinder. I don't know where it came from. I'm not saying it was V-twin, but, you never know. But anyway, here's what I think was wrong with it. Of course, it's chrome, and I've had a good flat file over here, okay, and I've been filing it like this. And you could see around the screw holes, the chrome hasn't been touched. Well, it was touched a little bit over here, but not so much over here. I'm down through the chrome and into the copper over here, but not here and not in through here. The gasket sealing surface is not flat. And it's these chromers. They don't know what they're doing, I swear to God. The chrome solution, the acid or whatever, eats away a little bit at this metal. And if you looked at this very, very closely, you would see there's a little valley kind of in through here where it's eroded the metal away and around the screw holes. And of course, there's always the polishing process. They hit this thing with a buffing wheel, it ruins the sealing surface. Now, I might, just by working this, be able to get it back to a flat configuration. And that's, of course, going to be the goal here. So I'm going to continue working this however long it needs to be to get this surface flat so that it will hopefully seal again. So I'll be doing this for a while, and I'll come back to you when I'm done and show you what the result is. So here's my finished product. Not quite all of the chrome is off. I could still see a little here, a little there, or maybe that's nickel, I don't know. Right over here, I'm down to the aluminum. But the main thing I'm looking at is that I have an area around both screw holes, all the way around the edge, that has been flattened. I did as much as I could with the file, and I got it down pretty close. And the last thing I did is I took a 1-2-3 block, covered with a piece of sandpaper, and worked it over there so that I'm pretty sure it's as flat as it could be. Going to put some fluid in there, going to put the lid on, and with a little luck, it won't leak too bad. Oh, and let me finish pontificating about chrome. Chrome does not belong on anything that has a precision surface on it. It will ruin the mating seam. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Chrome is for bumpers. It's for chain guards, handlebars, but it is not for precision surfaces. When they chrome this, I'm not sure what the process was. I don't know what's down inside the bore, whether they somehow blocked that off or not. But just don't do it. You're going to screw something up. So constrain yourself. Polished aluminum, much better alternative, easy to keep clean, and it won't ruin your parts. All right. I guess I'm not done ragging on the chrome guy. This mirror was installed in this hole right here, and I removed the mirror to get it out of the way. And what I discovered was that there was only about 2 threads of engagement holding the nut on. So I removed the stud from the mirror and replaced it with a longer piece of threaded rod so that I'm going to catch, at least a half an inch of threads, okay? So I get ready to install this thing, and here is the hole into which it goes. You see this flat area right here? There's supposed to be a flat boss all the way around there so that the mirror has something to land on. Well, there's not, because the idiot chromer polished away this side of it, so there's now a ramp on it, so to speak. So there's only a little tiny flat area here. And this mirror, in order to keep from falling off of the motorcycle at some time in the future, needs to be sitting on something flat. Let me show you what it's supposed to look like. Alright, so here is the same master cylinder installed on my humble rat bike. You notice how big around the flat boss is? This would give the mounting boss on the mirror an equivalent mounting boss to mate with on the master cylinder. So the polisher removed a lot of this area up in here and almost all of this area down and through here and destroyed the boss where the mirror would mount. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, so, and as the guy, I was charged with putting the engine in this and getting it running, which I did, okay? Now I could put this back together again with the 2 threads of engagement and just pretend I never noticed anything. But, that's not the way I operate. So what am I going to do about this? Well, I got here a gadget called the spot facer, and I'm going to chuck it up in my electric hand drill, and I'm going to flatten this out. And some people are saying, oh, you're going to ruin the chrome. You know what? The part was ruined when it went to the chromers. In my view of things, functionality supersedes everything. This to me would be a defective installation to put it in here without a flat boss onto which that mirror could seat. So yeah, the chrome may peel off, but you know what? The chromer is responsible for ruining this part. And in my view, the part is ruined. It'll still work, sorta. Maybe it'll leak over here, maybe it won't, I don't know. Maybe the mirror will come loose, maybe it won't, I don't know. But the problem started when it went to the chromer. Alright, so I've got a flat area now for the mirror to meet up against. It's not quite as big as it could be, but it's much better than it was before. And this is why I hate getting involved with somebody else's project, because, other guys do work that, and not that I'm perfect at everything. Believe me, I'm sure I make plenty of mistakes. But, they do this stuff, they don't give a shit, they let it go, and then down the road, the mirror breaks off, the guy's got to get another one, the boss isn't correct, the master cylinder leaks. These are problems that might not be immediately apparent when it rolls out of your driveway. But you know what? 2 months from now, 3 months from now, 2 weeks from now, you're going to see fluid over here. You're going to say, what the hell does that come from? Your mirror's going to fall off. You're going to say, well, why is the mirror falling off? The answers are in front of you. You just got to look. Yeah. All right, it's been very windy here. The power's been flipping off and on. I got a hatch up in the roof over here to get in the attic. And the wind that has been blowing through the attic is so strong that it's been lifting that hatch up and down and banging it around. Anyway, you don't care about that. You probably don't even care about this. But mirror's installed. I'm happy with it. Brake master cylinder. I don't think it's going to leak. But anyway, the engine is done. I don't know whether I videoed any of this build or not. I might not have. I wouldn't be surprised. But you know what? I'm here. I'm dicking around with it. Let's see if it runs. We're going to turn the key on, and fuel is on. It's got an S&S on it, and it has honestly been starting on one kick. So let's see what happens. I won't start on one, that's for sure. You gotta love these things. I love them. It seems like it has an awful lot of compression. Oh, it's got Wiseco pistons in it. I don't remember. The owner provided. The cylinders were powder coated and bored with Wiseco pistons when I got it. My calibrated leg tells me that the compression is more than the stock 9 to 1. I don't know what they are. The electric start, we'll try the electric start. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, that time it worked. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know whether it will continue working out. But anyway, sounds good. I've test ridden it several times. I'm done test riding it. I've done tinkering with it because every little thing I touched that wasn't part of the engine I rebuilt opens a bag of worms that I care not to deal with. So with that, I am out of here. Y'all take it easy, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Men, if you like this channel and this content, the single most important thing you could do to help grow this channel is to hit the subscribe button. I also have new design coffee cups and stickers available. You know, I like the old coffee cups, but I like these new ones even more. Links are included in the description down below. And for those of you who really want to go the extra mile, you could join me on Patreon. Link is also included in the description down below. And to all of you who have watched these videos, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you very much. I really, really do appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Bye.